How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with a new brewery time in the form of Old Heights Brewing Company. It is their Forms Grisette. Yes, a Grisette. It is a Belgian-style farmhouse wheat ale, but with Cashmere hops. So a little bit of new school hops and an old school style, 4.2%, and they call out bright, tart, and complex. These guys are from Hughestown, New Jersey. I've never had anything from them. I actually don't even know where Hughestown is. My boy Keith is out and about doing his thing. He brings me beers. That's what happens. So we'll see what's what. Grisettes are amazing style. Love them. They are my buddy Keith's favorite style. So, yeah. What does that look like? Looks like a Grisette. Probably a little bit darker, a little bit more hazy than what you typically see out of a Grisette. For those who don't know, Grisettes are essentially just like, they're kind of just like, for me, they're a less yeast forward phenolic kind of saison. They're a saison, but just not, usually not as aggressive as how they come off for me. Maybe a little bit lighter. Hence why I said that looks a little bit hazier. And label-wise, it's cool. It looks like some kind of like bunch of people outside of a textile factory, because these are a bunch of like dress model dummies, whatever you want to call them. So I don't know what that's all about. I'm kind of curious. Yeah. Drink cold, keep fresh, drink cold. And this is, holy shit, this is very fresh. It's less than 2 weeks old. Yeah, so label's aight. Don't really know what's going on there, but I can get down with it. And yeah, nice aftertaste. Actually, I'm getting a big citrus component from a distance. I assume that's a Cashmere hops, maybe a little bit of a yeast phenol kind of going on. But it looks more the part of a hazy than it does a Grisette. Let's get a nose. Yeah, that orange was definitely coming from this beer. I think it'd come from somewhere else, like I'm going to fart oranges or something like that. Yeah, big, huge orange. Like really heavily duty, OJ, semi-pulpy, Tropicana, fruit juicy kind of orange. And that's honestly all I get. It's not so much that there isn't more to the beer, but the way that orange comes off in this beer, how aggressive it comes off in this beer, it just kind of overpowers anything else. Because you're talking about a 4.2% Grisette. I mean, it's going to be a tiny little beer, so with that orange coming out, it's just the other pieces are just kind of muted because of that. Now, that could be a combination of the yeast and hops. I assume with how vibrant it's coming off, it's more of a hops thing than yeast, but you never know. Let's just dive in. It smells like a juicy pale more than a Grisette. And it kind of drinks like a juicy pale. A juicy pale with wheat. You're definitely getting malt bill as wheat in this beer. It comes off nice, comes off almost like a crisper version than what you get from like a base malt or something like that. That orange comes down and completely through the beer. The way it does in the nose translates exactly the same way into the actual taste. Really nice soft mouthfeel to it. And then you got that added component of that wheat body. Not really getting a ton of any kind of unique kind of yeasty kind of esters from it. It's more just those hops coming off really OJ-like. And then this nice soft wheat kind of base to it, kind of a foundation to it. Done and done. Belgian, I mean, if there's subtle kind of, slight kind of banana-y vibes underneath there, I could see that. But I don't think that's the case because I'm not really leaning. I would lean more of kind of like a Belgian wit beer on this, if that were the case. With this, it's more OJ on top of a wheat beer, so it comes off as like a American wheat beer with a ton of hops, or even like a Belgian-style pale ale, more than anything else, with an aggressive kind of new school kind of hopping to it. So I'm not going to sit here and debate styles. That's not what I do. I wouldn't really call this a Grisette, but what I would call it is damn fucking tasty, and that does not suck. Yeah, I think this is delicious. I mean, it is showcasing the hops, and they're so vibrant and so fresh and so well done in this. Here's the thing about this beer. If they, Grisettes don't really get people, or what's the word I'm looking for? Doesn't get asses in the seats. Me, my buddy Keith, people who dig those styles, we seek them out. But when someone posts, oh, we have a Grisette, it's not like everybody's like, oh shit, what time do we line up? You take a picture of this, you call this a hazy pale ale, a juicy hazy pale ale, because that's kind of how it comes off, except for that wheat base. I think people are kind of fucking like, going to look at it in a much different light. I'm cool with them sticking to their roots and what they wanted to go for. They're going for Grisette. I'm not saying there's not a Grisette in there. I'm just saying with how aggressive the hops come off, it one makes it an absolutely delicious beer, but kind of takes it out of its kind of category of being a Grisette. So I think there's like a little bit of a kind of disconnect here, but I don't give a F. I mean, sure, if I was really just banging on getting a Grisette and I picked this up, I might be disappointed, but the second I actually taste it and drink it, I go, you know what? Maybe not be a 100% through and through Grisette, but it's absolutely tasty, and that's all that really matters. And I dig it. I love it. I think it's delicious. It's probably, honestly, one of the better hop forward. That's how generic I want to get with it. It's probably one of the better low ABV hop forward beers that I've had in a very long time. It's Mount Rushmore status in that level. Let's talk about that. Because if I say Grisette, no. If I say wheat beer, no, because that's not really what it is. But if I just say straight low ABV, sub 5% hop forward beers, it's up there. If not Mount Rushmore says, it's that delicious. The way the hops play in this are absolutely beautiful, and I just want to drink it all day long. Value and availability, no idea. Maybe Keith or somebody out down in Hightown, New Jersey, can let me know what's what and leave you with if you like what we like this beer. If you like juicy pales, man, I mean low ABV crushers, this is a hop showcase that comes off absolutely beautiful. It's just, if you're a stickler for style, if you're a BJCP nerd, it might not make your kind of nipples hard, but, man, definitely work those taste buds. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little hazy jam right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.